Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Rahara Kakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops from Great Millstone for teaching us the truth, among other things. Shalom to the Say Akim across the world, pushing the truth is here, and a few sisters that are listening. Shalom. So, I saw this when I woke up in the morning, basically, and now you're going to have a lot of these situations going to be planned, and they're going to use the islands that's surrounding Venezuela. They're going to use them as storage room, basically. And I was already meditated upon this and spoke about it in camp also, that all these islands what's surrounding Venezuela also going to have certain things to do with the whole situation of that war. Why? Because they are in the middle of it. And now, back like years ago, the president, I think it was Maduro, or I think it was Maduro that said, basically, if I'm not mistaken, he was telling America, he was telling Holland, basically, yeah, that was it. He was telling Holland that the Caribbean, Curacao, was basically located in his sea, so it belongs to him. And he was threatening them back in the days, like, hey, you're gonna take it back because it belongs to me. And then eventually America said, like, if you try to do that, I make sure I'll come visit you. And this was years back. Talking about years back. I remember that whole debate and discussion. And that's the reason why I think then Venezuela put his hand back and took his words basically back and left it alone. But now you're gonna see all these islands. They have no choice to agree with one of the another, because now Venezuela has the oil, and the Caribbean, Curacao, needs the oil also, because they function also on that oil. And before that, there was always a ship that goes out from Curacao to meet up with a ship in on the coast from Venezuela to pump some oil over and to bring it back to the island. But now I saw this article, I was like, oh, okay, this is how it now goes. So the Caribbean so-called belongs to Holland, the Dutch, but they are so-called independent, but they still under the restriction of Holland. But the point what I wanted to make is here. So this is posted today on Thursday the 15th of the Thursday of January. It says, tanker with Venezuelan oil docks in Curacao. An oil tanker carrying Venezuelan oil has docked in Curacao. That oil is being temporarily stored in tanks there, at the basis on the behest of the U.S. government. So now America is ordered to basically put the oil there and restore it for me. And guess what? That island belongs to the so-called Holland, right? So what do they have to do with it, basically? You see, now they're gonna use it like, hey, either you with it or against us. If Holland they don't apply with it, guess what? They ain't gonna get oil. So it shows you like what power does. They basically on their knees have no option. If they don't do it, they don't get no oil. What does that island then gonna have? Problems. And now you have certain planes coming straight from California, from Chicago, from Chicago straight to the Caribbean, without something between it or a stop. It goes straight down. Yeah, so it shows you what the power does from Esau Edom, man, from Babylon, aka spiritual Babylon, America. Two of the world's largest community traders, the Trafigura Group and the Vital Group are moving oil from Venezuela to the Caribbean. From there, it will then be resold. Lucky. It will then be resold. So now they're gonna use it like a platform that they can store it and sell it from off there. So they're gonna get money of it, probably a little bit, not enough, not much. But guess what? Now you are one agreeing basically with the terms of America. So you have no option. When Venezuela basically says like, oh, you basically you are the one that also kept our tanks there. You stored it there. So basically you are mingling to the words because they have no option. They have no option right now. Everything what they do, if Venezuela says, hey, you need to do, that's what they do. If America says you need to do this, they're going to do. But it shows you that the power of America is right now higher. A week and a half ago, the United States attacked Venezuela. President Maduro was captured during the attack. I think it was Chavez. That said the Caribbean is in my sea. I think it was Chavez, but you can look it up for yourself. President Trump has stated that the U.S. will take control of Venezuela and its oil industry in the coming period. Four tankers, Bloomberg News Agency reported on Tuesday that the 4 tankers are located off the Venezuela coast, the oil of which must be temporarily stored in Curacao and the Bahamas. So 2 islands. The trafficker, so America shows you that the power is there. America has the power, still in control. They can do whatever they want. And basically people need to apply. If you don't apply, look what he said to Cuba. I guess what? You're going to be destroyed. What did he say to Colombia? if Colombia don't get this act basically together, and Colombia and Cuba, guess what? It's going to be done. He's coming. He does what he wants. 4 tankers. Bloomberg News agent reported on Tuesday that 4 tankers are located off the Venezuela coast, the oil of which must be temporarily stored in Curacao and the Bahamas. The Trafigura Group and the Vital Group were due to receive 4.8 million barrels of oil from Venezuela this week, which will be temporarily transported to a storage facility in the Caribbean. Correspondent Dick Dreyer. The arrival of Venezuela oil in Curacao fits into a government-wide ambition to restore the islands to a meaningful role in the international energy logistic. While Aruba consultancy, let me check that word. Consolation. So doing something with the awareness. Distance itself from the oil industry in the recent year. So Aruba took his hand basically back. He was like, no, I ain't gonna be there, man. I ain't gonna mingle with it. But hey, guess what? Eventually they need to go. They have no opportunity because it's gonna be harder for them. While Aruba consciously distanced itself from the oil industry in the recent year, Curacao never took that step. On the contrary, successive governments, and especially the current one, have consistently tried to revitalize the sector, often against the better judgment. In that light, oil storage and transshipment are primarily a second-based scenario. The refine has been idle for over 5 years and is not suitable for restarting without billions in investment. However, this is not considered a fundamental objection to the oil industry in Curaçao. On the contrary, if refining were to become viable again, there would be political support for it without the ruling party MFK. Until then, the government is focused on pragmatically on storage transshipment and logic utilization. What is that word? Let me look it up. Utilizing British English means. Let me see if I can do it like in English. Utilize. Make practical and effective use of. So basically, practical. Utilize. Going back. Utilizing existing infrastructure such as Bullen Bay. The optimism is also reflected in the government's tone. Prime Minister Gilmore Piesas shared a photo of himself with oil executives on social media this week, accompanied by the words, "Big opportunities coming for Curaçao, stay focused, move in silence." So basically, they're gonna make agreements with America, man. And Aruba distanced itself from it. All years back, they were like, no, we ain't going to do that. But I don't know from who they buying oil then, but I need to check that out. But I don't know where they buy the oil, but they don't mingle with it right now. So now, let me read on. Is there more on it? Let me read the last part. Politically, this development relation to Venezuela is therefore not seen as sensitive or risky, unlike, for example, the American drug interventions and the subquest invasions for Curaçao. The prevailing feeling now is one of economic opportunities to strengthen its position in the Caribbean. This will remain the case for as long as that lasts, because the uncertainty about what will unfold 70 kilometers south in the near future remains undiminished. So basically, back in the days, Venezuela was the one that was taking care of the Caribbean with the vegetables, all these things. When they didn't have nothing, Venezuela was there always to have them backs, man. And now they see opportunity, and we already know how it works. They're never gonna play fair. So they're gonna use these islands, and they ain't gonna to give them. It seems like they have an option, but they don't have no option. Either you're with it or against it, and that's gonna show you, like, if America even gonna basically how do you say it, cut the whole business, because a lot of fruits come right out of America right now to the Caribbean. But even if they cut that off, that island's gonna have a lot of problems. So they have no way to basically to go. As long as America keeps the control there, they are basically under the authority of America, while they're in of the Netherlands basically. But it shows you the control is there. America's still in full control, man, even over that island. So we're gonna see in the near future a lot of problems also with that island, man. Even Jacob's Trouble is gonna be there. So nobody gonna be escaping that judgment, man. So yeah, that we wanted to bring out breaking news. Shalom.